pieces here which we can explain to you. Firstly, the idea being that we milk the cows out on the field. G'day. Yeah. We milk the cows out on the paddock, and then we go around with this machine and we collect the milk. The problem being that we've got to separate the milk from the hay, and this has been a rather tricky one, but let me just explain to you. Basically, this piece of mechanism here, that's the canopy. Get that out of the way for you. Now, what happens basically is that this thing here, this cuts the hands, it cuts the hay, and lies it on the ground. We'll just get rid of that for you. And the next thing that happens is that this machine here, which is connected with a piece of chain, like so. Now this picks the hay up with the milk. We'll just get rid of that for you. Get that out of the way there. Now the milk is then pumped up through this, or pumped down, depending on whether the machine's upside down, which happened the other day. Rather a tricky one, that. But the pump that's what that does. Now then, g'day. That's the neighbour. He's looking for his tractor. I don't think he'll find it, actually. Most of it's incorporated in the bit that's down at the patent office. Sit down. Now this is the hubcap. That's just in case we take the machine to town. Let's get rid of that for you. Now what happens is that the hay comes into this thing, and it's separated here by these separating apparatuses, and it comes out here. We'll just get rid of that there for you. Now the milk, on the other hand, the milk runs down through here, runs right down through here, and is duly separated. And on some occasions, if the machine's working fast enough, it homogenises at the same time, which is very handy indeed. Now the milk then runs off into this thing. Actually, we're not getting a lot of milk with this method, not getting a lot of milk at all, because the machine's not cutting low enough. We're just getting the milk that's sitting on the top of the hay. We'll just get rid of that for you. Now the hay comes down and is placed in the boot. G'day. And of course, when we get home, these are the sides of the vehicle. And well, that's about all there is to it, really. It's a pity I can't get it going for you. But, sit down! But we'll have it jacked up tomorrow if you'd like to come back. Thank you very much. Get out, you rotten f***!
This farm was handed down to me by my uncle, Wally Rehab. Now the boys have grown up. There's a great companionship. There's a bond. There's a great feeling of all getting together and pulling equal weights. In the evening when we go for a stroll prep before bolting into the dinners, I look across the low bits and off into the high bits in the distance, and I think, well, really, I mean, a man couldn't be better off. A man could not be better off.
Puncture. Come on. Get in behind.
One of the more important things about farming these days is the machinery and the equipment. Now, machinery and equipment are precision articles, and they've got to be very, very well maintained indeed. They've got to be looked after, they've got to be cared for, or otherwise they're just not going to pay. They're going to be uneconomic, and there's nothing worse on a farm than an uneconomic, non-paying proposition. At the moment, I've got a totally non-paying, uneconomic proposition to the tune of 14,000 acres. The wool clip that we get off this particular place is now not getting half the money we were getting, and as a result, sheep, well, quite frankly, they don't pay. Now, as a result, instead of shearing twice a year, what we're doing at the moment is we're not shearing this year, and we're putting back onto the sheep the wool we took off them in the previous year. Now this process, the wooling, goes on at approximately the same time as the shearing used to, and what basically happens is that there's we do the full muster as usual. We pull them all in, and we rip through them in the yards, pull them out, crack the fleeces back on them, and we find it necessary to rivet the fleeces on for a certain period until we can ascertain whether or not the old fleece is taking. That is to say, whether or not it's the actual graft onto the skin of the sheep is working.
Oh, that's too big, Trev. Sticker on. These are the wrong size.
One thing that doesn't pay at all well at the moment is buying stock in. We haven't bought any stock in here for about 15 or 16 years now. Well, now we get our stock. We get hold of a bit here and there, not going into it too deeply. The only person we see a good deal of is the neighbour. As a matter of fact, we see quite a lot of the neighbour. He's always over here looking for bits and pieces of his stock. I don't think he's ever found anything. The earmarks are always whipped straight out. The brands are changed, and of course the serial numbers. I can't see that we'll be running across him much more often.
One farmer's problems are never quite the same as those of another, and for this we should all be thankful. Whatever the future holds, there is one thing on which we can all depend: their enduring single-mindedness.